friends, a good afternoon, morning, whatever you're watching. I post in the afternoon, so I always say good afternoon. It is we're having some chilly weather. I don't think fall's here to stay just yet, but we're having some chilly weather and we are enjoying it. It's a little too chilly, to be honest. I thought I'd come out here, check on the animals, and just sit for a bit, but in the shade it's pretty chilly, so we won't last long. But I am going to be sharing dinner this evening, and I'm super excited about that. We're going to be doing a chicken casserole that my friend Donna sent me. She's been sending me so many good recipes. She really knows what kind of stuff we like, it seems, and so she sends me quite a few good things. She sent me a, Cracker Barrel chicken casserole, and we're going to give it a try. I'm super excited about it. I've been wanting to try it for a while, but I just keep forgetting to buy the stuff or whatever, so we're going to do that in just a little bit. I'm going to get the chicken, made and whatnot and ready for this evening because I'm going to bake it, and I'm excited about it. I love things like that, and she said that it's really good. It tastes like Thanksgiving, and that is what I like. Stuff like that is my favorite, especially Thanksgiving meals without all of the prep and, all the things that have to go into Thanksgiving cooking. I keep getting distracted because I just want to look. Trees are changing and it's just beautiful out here. But yeah, we're going to make that later this evening, but I am excited to make it and I'm excited to share it with you. I'm pretty sure it's going to be good because there's nothing in it that's bad, and the ingredients mixed together, it has to be good. So I'm excited about trying that. I'm going to make some mashed potatoes on the side. We might do some green beans or something else as well. Homemade macaroni and cheese would be really good with it, but I don't have the stuff for that, so maybe if we make it again, we will do that. So I just want to go ahead and get the video started though, because usually by dinner time it's chaos, and I typically do voiceovers and whatnot. So this would be super simple if you had some pre-made chicken. I didn't grab a rotisserie chicken. I think it actually make it taste better, but I just got 3 chicken breasts here and baked them on a cooking sheet in the oven. I put some onion powder, garlic powder, and Badia Complete on it. That seems to be the 3 things I reach for the most lately. And then I just baked it until it was done, and then we're going to use it in the recipe. So super simple, but like I said, you could definitely use a rotisserie chicken or some just leftover chicken breast or whatever in this recipe. I really should have read through the entire recipe, like I read the ingredients. I should have read through it because you need to get the cornbread made, so I should have had this going first. It's fine. We're still a little early anyways. I was actually wanting to get dinner done before dinner time, and we do have baby girl today. So now the recipe calls for using homemade cornbread. This would actually be a really good way to use up leftover cornbread if you had leftovers. And typically I do have leftovers. That's one reason I don't make cornbread much, because only me and John will eat it. However, Donna told me that she uses Jiffy, or you can use Jiffy as well. So that's what we're going to do. Growing up, this was the only cornbread that I liked. It had to be this. Sweet cornbread, or I didn't touch it. Now I like both, but I wanted to do it quick and easy, so we're just going to do this Jif cornbread. I'm only making a small, what's it called, chicken casserole, which I'm going to do probably this pan or the same one, the same size, instead of doing a huge one. I think I've only done 3 small chicken breasts, but you've seen they're done now because I didn't realize I needed to do this step first. I do much better if I read the entire recipe. Alright. Now this is going to go into our greased pan. We already got the oven preheated because for some reason I thought you just put this on top and baked it that way. Almost like a pot pie. I mean, that's how I explained it to Wendy. I said it's almost like a pot pie, but not. So maybe it still will be similar. She's going to try it, I think. She's not sure about it, and she said she wished I had peas and carrots to add into it. It's not supposed to, the recipe don't call for it, but if I had it I would, but I didn't think to grab any of those during the grocery haul this week, so I put them on the list for next week though, because even if I don't have a plan for them, I just want them to have in the deep freeze. We buy the frozen peas and carrots, and we used to all the time because John ate them quite often in like rice bowls, but he's not been doing those lately, so I've not been buying them, and I wish that I just would keep stuff like that in the freezer for times like this. So just go in there, grab it, and I'm ready to make it how the kids want it, especially when it comes to food and things that they haven't tried or I'm not sure about them liking. I like to do little touches that make them more likely to eat it. Also, we're gonna take a minute and just talk about how big she has gotten. Yeah, she's such a big girl now. It's so wild to me that she's 6 months old now. You're just growing up so fast, aren't you, babies? Yeah, hi, honey. It's her first day sitting in the walker, and well, sitting in our walker. She had been sitting in the one at her house already, and Mama told me she liked it, so we got ours out, and she does like it, don't you? Do you like it? Huh? What is it? Say, I want a contact nap today, so I get laid down and I wake up. Yeah. Yeah. Hi, darling. Then once the cornbread has cooled and we've crumbled it here, you're going to add in a stick of butter and just mix it all together. I could have just ate this with a spoon. I mean, I did a little bit, to be honest, but and then you're going to set that to the side and go ahead and get your chicken prepped. I personally would not dice mine up if I make it again. I'm going to shred it. Obviously, sometimes baking chicken, it's easier to dice it up. You can get in the crock pot, it's easier to shred. Maybe that's just personal. That's just how it works for me. Maybe that's not how it is for you, but for the most part, it's just, I don't know. Either way, next time I am not going to dice it up. That was one of the things that the kids did point out. Wendy pointed out, because she's a critic of most things, especially food, that she wishes I would have shredded it instead of chopped it. And looking back, I totally agree with her. But we're just going to get them chopped up here into little bite-sized pieces, and then we're going to go in and do a celery, 2 celery sticks, I think, and onion. When recipes call for onion and celery, I never follow the amount that the recipe calls for, because we're not huge. Like, I like the flavor that onions give stuff to a point, but we're not huge on those things, and I wasn't sure about adding the celery because of the kiddos. Little Miss got fussy, so we gave her a piece of a celery stick to, it entertained her for a little bit. Anyways, but when I done the onions and celery, I chopped them up super fine, and then I went back through and chopped them up even finer. That way people will eat it and not complain. You don't get a big bite of onion or celery. I personally would rather not have that either, even though I do like putting them into things. And I like raw celery with like cream cheese or peanut butter, but just in a recipe, I don't know, it's different. So I always try to chop them up pretty finely when they're going to go into something, and especially if it's something that I'm trying to encourage the kids to eat. So we're just going to get the celery chopped up finely, and then we're going to go in with half of a small onion and chop it up super fine as well. Then mix it all up. I don't know if it's just the way that I prepared the chicken or whatnot, but the broth ends up being watery. You'll see it. I think I might even talk about it some more. Maybe not. I'm not sure. We'll figure it out together. It tasted really good, and it worked out well with like pairing it with mashed potatoes. But maybe next time I make it, I might not add the water into it, just to see if it helps with the consistency. I don't know if I add vegetables like I plan to next time. Maybe I will need the water in it. Either way, even runny or not, it was delicious. I wasn't sure about the consistency though with John and the kids. However, spoiler, they all really enjoyed it. John ate a big plate full of it. I took it to him and I'm like, I'm not sure about this. You know, if I'm not sure he's going to like something, I want to let him know, because I don't want him to feel like he has to eat it, just to please me, because a lot of times he will, like if it's not something super terrible, which I don't take him things that I know he wouldn't approve of, like nothing with mayonnaise or sour cream or anything like that. I never try to give them things like that, give him things like that. But if it's something I'm not sure that he's going to really enjoy, I do say something. That way he doesn't feel obligated to eat it. You know, it's like a get out of jail free card kind of thing. So I took it to him and I'm like, I'm not sure if you're going to like this. You can try it. If you don't like it, you have some leftover steak in the refrigerator from the night before or whatever, and I can warm that up for you. But I went back to check a little while later, got distracted, you know, feeding the baby and making sure that the kids was fed and whatnot, and he had eaten almost all of it. And so I said, I guess that was okay. And he said, yeah. So anyways, it was a family favorite, definitely going into the rotation. Maybe we'll change up a little things. I know that we're going to add vegetables, like I said, but we might try to get it to become just a little bit drier, just a little bit. But y'all, it's delicious, just the way it was.
You don't have to be smart. No need to dress up for me to see that you're a good man. You're a good man, a real good man. When the wind blows and the windows are closing, you let the world know what has been has been. And there's no use in looking back, going back, wishing back. Cutting grass and chopping wood be romantic. Sipping coffee under the apple tree is gentlemanly. Well, you're a good man, quite the best man, a real fine man. When the wind blows and the windows are closing,
So yeah, you just get all of the ingredients mixed together in a pot. I use my electric skillet. I enjoy using that, especially if I'm doing videos. And then you just get it all mixed together. You let it simmer because you want those, if the vegetables don't get completely tendered up beforehand, you want them to be nice and tender before you start cooking them. All right, friends, and the verdict with this one, it was absolutely delicious. A huge hit. Everybody really enjoyed it. Definitely going to be making it again. I don't know why mine came out so watery. I think maybe if I shredded my chicken, it wouldn't have been, but it still was delicious. I served it up with some mashed potatoes on the side, and the runniness of it was fine, but next time I'm hoping that it isn't. I'm going to add some peas and carrots next time as well, but this is definitely going into the rotation. Thank you again, Donna, for sending me this recipe. We love it. Y'all just keep sending the recipes because I'm all for them. So that's going to be it for this video. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. As always, remember to show grace, be content, and live blessed. Bye, friends.